What's up YouTube? This is David with D2 Fit Life. I recently completed my Krav Maga Globals General Instructor Course 3. So I'm pretty happy about that, but I wanted to do a short video on the course. Just little things to expect. I've done several other ones from part 1 to part 3 now, so you'll be able to get a good picture at least of what it's going to be like and how to prepare for that. So this video is just going to be another short one on what to expect for a General Instructor course, part 3. So I just wanted to talk about the technical side for part 3. Now there's a little bit more pressure on part 3 because at the end of the 9 days, on your 9th day, you're going to test. A test for your G1 rank and also whether you pass the course or not. So it's imperative that you know all that information, mainly because you're not going to see everything during the course. You're just not. So you really have to be on point before you go in there. It's going to make the course more enjoyable because you're not franticking and being worried about if you know the information. And more importantly, you're going to pass the course if you know the information and you train right. So it's highly important that even if you're not ranked at G1, you know all that material. You've seen everything. You either get the book or the P1 to G1 material from your instructor, so you know every single technique. Because at the end of the day, there were people who failed on the course. I think out of the 5 or 6 of us there, 2 or 3 people failed because they just weren't technically proficient. They didn't know what they were doing. So it's just something to keep in mind. They're not passing everybody. In my preparation for General Instructor course, I showed the importance, or tried to relay the importance of injury prevention. And I'm going to reiterate that one more time. It's just as important to make sure that you do everything you can for injury prevention. Take the extra time to stretch, take the extra time to ice yourself at night, do everything you can to not get injured. I took a lot of steps. I came in and I foam rolled myself every single day. I stretched before I trained, and even with all that, on day 6.5, we'll say, around halfway through day 6, I had a minor knee injury, and it was hard for me to put weight on it, and I was very scared that maybe I wasn't going to be able to continue. But I took a quick seat and I iced it for 15 minutes and I started work light on it, and I iced it again at night, and the rest of the day was teaching, so I was able to teach. So my knee ended up recovering, but I was scared, scared that maybe I wasn't going to be able to complete the course after all the work and everything I put in. I mean, on the day 3, I think we did 12 hours. It's a 12-hour day for me between all the training, and then I actually got to teach a live class, which was cool. So take injury prevention as seriously as you can. In the third part, you get tested on both teaching and also your practitioner level or your graduate level, the technical side. So you have to pass both. You have to pass the teaching part and the physical technical test. With that in mind, there is more pressure. I felt like there was more pressure for me, especially during the teaching part than normal. It's a pass or fail. You either get it or you don't. And it was fun. It was challenging. I always learn more and more and more every time I go through these, and luckily I passed. But there's just more pressure than the part 2, because there's more that matters. You're either gonna pass or fail. So I just want to keep that in mind. On really, this is pretty serious. This is a serious program, in my opinion. It's a long, grueling program, and you don't want to invest the time, the money, the effort, and then it doesn't go through. On the practitioner side or graduate side, same thing. There's a lot that goes into it. Make sure you know your material so that you get the most out of this. And I'll say this, that not everybody passes. This is not every GIC I've been to, I've seen people fail. several people. Sometimes there's, and the part 3 guys, there's, 5, 6 people, and sometimes half of the class will fail because they either couldn't teach or they couldn't pass the technical physical side. So as an instructor, you almost have to be a hybrid of both. You have to be able to teach and also be able to do, which differentiates, let's say, that from a big trainer. Like sometimes you'll see like the old boxing trainers or whoever, and they look like they're out of shape, but they can hold pads and they know what they're doing, and they're just trainers. But they don't have to do the boxing part. Where instructors, you have to do both. So I had a great time. It was a great experience. It was a great accomplishment to moving on in my life and starting this as a career for me at some point. And this is what I want to do in life. So I just want to train people, and do that for my life. It may sound simple, but that's pretty much all I want to do. And as always, guys, if you have any comments or questions, leave them. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And don't forget to subscribe.